Over 5,000 people have been displaced in Nakuru and Baringo counties after 6 lakes within the Rift Valley region swelled, leaving behind a massive trail of destruction. The water levels have risen steadily since 2013 as heavy rains continued to pound the region. As Marianne Nyambura now reports, geologists attribute a number of factors to the rise in the levels, with those affected now seeking to be compensated by the government.
In 2007, the 6 Rift Valley lakes were on the verge of drying up. The government sounded the alarm on the increased human activities resulting in the shrink. But as the years progressed, the water levels began to rise. Today, over 5,000 people living along the shores of the lakes in the Rift Valley region have been rendered homeless as the water levels submerged homes, schools, tourist sites and everything in their way. David Kahoro is among thousands who have been affected. He built this 3-bedroomed home on his 2-acre piece of land 10 years ago in Mwariki, Nakuru. He has been here since the 1970s. However, the increase in water levels have submerged his farm and his house too is at a risk. He was forced to find shelter for his family at a nearby church 2 months ago.
Ni mahali ambapo watu wamekaa, wazazi wangu kwanza ni wamezikwa hapa. Hiyo tunahofia kuona pengine kuchipuka kwa magonjwa ambayo yanaweza leta hasara. Pia katika hii park kuna wanyama ambao wamepotelea upande huu kwa sababu ya maji. Hasa kama nyoka, nimeshaua nyoka 2 hapa kwangu, kwa nyumba ndani.
125 households in Mwariki Central, Nakuru West have been displaced. Some had to demolish their own houses and salvage some household items and flee from the raging floods. An area that had many rental homes now reduced to this. 4,000 families living in Kihoto, Naivasha, and more than 1,000 in Kampi Samaki, Loruk, Sintan, and Nosuruko areas in Baringo County find themselves in a similar predicament.
Wamehama, mimea zimekuwa affected, na hizo ndio ambayo watu walikuwa wanangojea. Na sasa hii janga la hii ugonjwa ambayo iko, virus ambayo iko, imeleta shida because watu hawaendi kukaa mahali moja.
Lake Nakuru currently sits on 71 square kilometers of land from the original 43 square kilometers in 2010. This indicates a steady increase in the water levels by 28 kilometers. Scientific research conducted in the year 2010 put the depth of the waters at 4 meters. However, today the levels have shot up to 10 meters. Lake Baringo has been worst hit, expanding by 84 square kilometers from 176 square kilometers in 2010 to 260 square kilometers in a span of 10 years. The Kenya Wildlife Service officials in the 2 regions perturbed by this.
Most of our hotels have been affected, up to about 90%. Lake Baringo Club is completely submerged in water. Roberts Camp is affected. Soy Safari Lodge is affected. We still have some cottages, but a number of them is already in the water.
We used to have our camp here. Our offices were here. We had to shift to hostels. What used to be the senior warden's house, you can only see the roof now. It is fully submerged. In
Baringo, Lake Bogoria and Lake 94 have been affected, with Lake Naivasha and Lake Elementaita too plunged into this phenomenon. Geologists are attributing this change in water levels to a number of factors. Increased rainfall since 2013, more so in the East African region, being the highest contributor. Geologists say this is due to the Indian Ocean dipole, or the difference between sea surface temperatures between 2 areas. In this case, the differences between the eastern side and the western side of the Indian Ocean. Other contributing factors include siltation, which is the accumulation of pediments concentration in the lakes. Climate change and increase in human activities too have played an integral part in the rise in water levels.
The high rainfall levels, some scientists are saying that is due to Indian Ocean dipole. That is an effect of climate change, that the Eastern Africa region has received higher than normal rainfall for the past 5 years, at least 5 years. And this can be seen that all the Rift Valley lakes have increased lake levels, and their volumes have increased, and the lake area has increased.
The affected residents now want the government to fast-track compensation, as they are now stuck in camps, given that their homes are no more. Scientific research indicates that many years ago, Lake Naivasha, Elementaita, Nakuru, Bogoria and Baringo were all one big lake, but due to the increased human activities, the lake split to form the different freshwater and salty lakes in the Rift Valley region. Geologists warn that the lakes may in the next coming years shrink, despite the swelling currently being witnessed.
It is an interesting, strange, yet a natural phenomenon that has scientists scratching their heads over the root cause of the rise in water levels in the Rift Valley region. However, they say that this moment will go down in history, given the magnitude of the swell. Miriam Nyambura, Citizen TV, at the Lake Nakuru National Park.